My GF doesn't wash her hands after going to the bathroom. The worst part is she lies about it. I just went to take a piss. I could tell she used the bathroom just before as toilet takes a while to stop making noise after a flush, and there was no water in the sink. It's absolutely disgusting and I'm sleeping on the couch now. She tried to justify it by saying it's her house and she's not touching her asshole. Blah blah fucking blah. Ugh. My ex is pregnant and claims it's mine but refuses to allow me to confirm if that's true. I, 25M, have been dealing with some issues from my ex-girlfriend, 23F. We were together less than a year, broke up back in April of this year. The breakup wasn't bad, but we did not keep in contact after, aside from 2/3 instances of her trying to get me back. I recently got into another relationship in July, and my ex-girlfriend happened to find out I was in this new relationship around September 1st. She called me out of the blue on the same day she found out I had a new girlfriend, told me she knew about her and told me that she was pregnant, and claimed it was my child. She claims to have been pregnant since April, and found out herself in early June. It is now September, so almost 5 months being pregnant without telling me. I didn't believe the claim, until she showed me on FaceTime and she was visibly pregnant. Keep in mind, she had admitted to being with other people since we broke up in April, one of which beginning as early as May. I told her I was skeptical that this child is mine, and offered on 3 different occasions to do a voluntary paternity test before the baby is born. She initially denied this, claiming she didn't want anything from me and to continue on my new happy life without her. This then switched to her wanting to wait until the baby is born to establish paternity. She has been calling me almost every day since, and I refuse to answer because I am worried she is going to try to manipulate me. I only answer over text, and through text she is saying she wants nothing from me, and to forget she exists. The one time I did answer the phone, she was making threats saying she will come after me for child support because she knows I have some money, that she is crazy and can get me hurt, etc. I don't really know how to proceed with this, as she waited almost 5 months into her pregnancy to even let me know about the child, will not allow me to establish paternity before birth to allow me time to be prepared for a potential child, and only springs all of this on me the same day she finds out I'm with a new girl. I feel like an asshole for not being more supportive of her, but she is rejecting my opportunities to even determine if this child is even mine. Another thing is, if the child does happen to be mine, I don't know how strong of a relationship I could establish with him, as my ex and her family are almost entirely Spanish-speaking, and they will likely have majority custody, so who knows if I could even communicate effectively. I'm just so lost and feel so broken. Please, if I'm being dramatic, let me know, but this has been ruining my life the last few days. Years ago, my cousin messaged me on Facebook after my dad's wedding. To be honest, this is old news, but it came up again recently while thinking of all the times I've had people prey on me in one way or another. This is my first time openly speaking about it, anywhere. I had been talking to him all night. We sat at the same table. When I got home, it was roughly midnight and he began to message me and things slowly got more and more uncomfortable. He told me that he couldn't get over the fact I was 17. I had just turned 17. He called me cute and then told me he had thought I was younger. I was a minor. He was not. Finding it uncomfortable, I told him I was about to pass out and go to bed. He told me not to. I told him that I couldn't help it, and so he decided to tell me to come here. To his hotel. I told him I don't have any way to get over there, thinking it would dissuade him. But instead, he said, and I quote, "Well, I'd come get you, but nobody could know." I immediately changed the conversation. I was talking about our grandfather, who was asleep on the couch. He then directed the conversation toward my dress strap. It had broken during the photo shoot. I would have liked to see that. I told him nothing really happened other than a snapping sound. Aw, that's no fun. I'd break the other one if you were here, lol. Misspelt were. I immediately stopped talking to him. This was in 2017. I have all of the messages on Facebook as proof. I've never been prone to telling my family about this stuff due to the disheartening amount of disbelief when it comes to these things and the denial I've experienced in the past. But I think I finally want to tell my father. I'm not actually sure, so I am going to start here. My husband of only a few months cheated with a 25F from work. So my husband back in mid-June told me he wasn't in love with me anymore, mind you only been married a couple months. But together for multiple of years, over 5 I'll tell you that. Told me he began talking to a female co-worker about her marital problems. Then goes on to tell me how he developed feelings for her and she had developed feelings for him, but they had not done anything to disrespect me and they put a halt on it when they realized they were catching feelings. For one, I call bullshit. For two, I later found on a bank statement he'd rented a hotel room with her just to kiss and cuddle because they missed talking to each other, he says. Again, I call bullshit. Still swears to this very moment with some very awkward silence when it's brought up that he never slept with her. We have one child together, but we have a rather large blended family. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. He won't switch departments or workplaces and continues to be in contact with her daily just for work purposes, I'm told. I feel like a doormat. I don't know if I want to stay or go. My brother died in 2020 and I'm the only one who knows the truth. My brother died in a car accident in 2020. My family thinks he died on impact. I'm the only one who has spoken with the medical examiner and read the report. My parents never wanted to, they were okay with me doing it and relaying the info to them. The truth is, there was a fire and he burned alive. My parents know about the fire BC. We weren't allowed to view him after he died, but I told them he died instantly from blunt force trauma and the fire just happened afterwards. Not true. He was alive and he burned. That's what was in the report. He also had a BAC of over 3x the legal limit, and meth in his system as well. My brother struggled with substance abuse issues the last decade of his life. I knew about his issue with alcohol, but was truly shocked and left speechless about the drugs. This was a part of the report which I told my parents came back clean. We were all under the impression that he'd been sober for almost the last year of his life, so it would have been too much to tell them otherwise. My brother wasn't a bad person, he had a struggle that he couldn't overcome. He did something really stupid and I thank God all the time he at least didn't hurt anyone else. And it's not like he got away with it, he paid for it with his life and in a pretty horrific way. The burden of being the only one who knows all of this is killing me. To know my brother died alone and in so much pain haunts me daily. But I have no one to vent to. And to know that he was using meth, he must have been so depressed and in a bad place mentally, which is also hard for me to think about, that he died sad and struggling. I won't ever tell my parents because they won't be able to bear it. They already struggle enough with just thinking his death was instant. And I also don't want to tell any friends because honestly I don't want anyone to judge him for what he did. I know it was bad, I often struggle with feeling angry with him, I just can't handle hearing that type of stuff when it'll do no good. He's gone and the only person it will upset is me. I guess I just finally wanted to admit it somewhere before I lose my mind.